Right, how's it going everyone? Welcome back to Minecraft, and finally, welcome to a showcase of the winter update of Stratospheer expansion. Now, if you're new to this add-on, I'd recommend watching the past updates just to get an idea of this add-on. But, yeah, so this update updates a lot of stuff. I won't go over it all, or I'll just be here for half an hour. So what I'll just do is I'll go through really important changes and then some new features. So first we're going to talk about use duration. So that's basically how long it takes to eat the food. So I've split up into 5 different categories. So it depends on how much hunger it gives you. So 1 to 2 hunger gives you is really quick to eat. 3 hunger points is 0.8 seconds. 4 to 7 is the basic time. 8 to 10, 2.4, and 11 to 16 is 3.2. I did this to differ each type of food up and just kind of spice things up a bit. Next we're going to have a look at the cookbook. So recipe is quite simple, it's just a book and a kitchen knife. And what you can use this for, actually I just use this in the barrel. If you interact with it, you get the book, and it tells you all the different types of recipes for different equipment that doesn't actually use crafting menus. So yeah, for the next section you don't actually need to watch this if you're just relying on the cookbook. So yeah, let's move on to the equipment. So one new feature is the mortar and pestle. I don't know why it's tiny in an item frame. Let's just roll with it. So how to make this is 3 stone and then a piece of flint. That's how you get the mortar and pestle. And you can just place it down. It looks like this. Looks sick, doesn't it? So what you can do with it is you can either place wheat, sugarcane, or cocoa beans in. So if I just put wheat in, for example, it'll crush it, and you'll get wheat flour from it, which is basically flour. And same with sugarcane. If you crush it, you'll get sugar. And with cocoa beans as well, I added a new type of dust, which is cocoa powder. Oh, and also I've removed the recipe to get sugar this way, so you need to use the mortar and pestle for this. Alright, so now we're going to have a look at jars. So jars is it's a placeable item that you can use for decoration, but it's also really useful for carrying things like milk and that around. So recipe, you just put a glass bottle in the crafting menu and you get a jar. And you can store all these different types of things in. You can place it down, it looks like this, it looks cool, doesn't it? You can store milk, water, maple syrup, jam, marmalade. Yeah. So if I just show you what it looks like for milk. Yeah, it's just a cool new decoration item that I wanted to add, so yeah. Also, one thing to note is before you update your game, just know that the cheese molder has been removed because it's all integrated into the pot. So how to make cheese now is just put any type of milk. So you can actually interchange milk jars and milk buckets, it doesn't matter. So you can place it in and add a bit of salt and just wait for it to bubble a few times. And this is how you get cheese. And I'll show you how to cut cheese in a minute. Alright, now we're going to have a look at different types of crops. So there's quite a big change to crop bushes now. So if you break them, you have a chance of getting vanilla foods as well, like carrots, tomatoes, lettuce, potatoes even, and then some things like pumpkin seeds and melon seeds as well. Now let's talk about trees. So I've added 3 new types of trees: banana trees, orange trees, and apple trees. I'll only show banana trees because they're basically the same thing, it's just different types of fruits. But first we'll have a look at maple saplings. So if you just look here, with maple wood planks now, you can make slabs. And you can also make maple shears, and if I just show you with the maple tree, and it grows instantly. Well, first, you no longer can use a glass bottle for gathering maple syrup. You need a glass jar now, and you just collect maple syrup like that. So what you use maple shears for is just to collect maple leaves, or to even shear sheep as well. I added this because it's really hard to just destroy all the leaves, so I thought I'd make it a lot easier. You should have seen the recipe earlier. It's just 2 maple planks and should be like, oh yeah, other way around. So 2 iron ingots and a maple plank. And also, if you crouch and interact, you just get normal shears back. So you're not losing anything by making them. Now we can actually have a look at the different types of trees. So let's have a look at banana trees. This is basically, if I place this down, it it has its own crops on each leaf. So if I interact with this, I can get bananas. It can actually grow them like a normal crop. It works just like it. And if you interact with it, you can grow bananas. And if you just break it, it works the same way. And these can be randomly found just like maple trees, so yeah. Now let's actually have a look at just some changes in food. So, bowls and plates here, you can now stack food up to 16. Instead of just like mushroom stew that usually just stacks up to 1 like that. But now I've made it so you can carry 16 of them just for convenience. And now we're going to have a look at probably one of the biggest changes in food, and that's pizza. So now, if you want to make pizza, you have to make raw cheese pizza, which is the same recipe as it has been always. So, a tomato, cheese slice, 2 dough, and then you get raw cheese pizza. I'll just collect all these items for a bit. You just place it in the smoker, and just wait a second, and you get cheese pizza. And what you can do with the cheese pizza is you can either place it down like that, or you can place it on the cutting board, and then cut it with your kitchen knife, and you'll get cheese pizza slices. Now what you can do with the cheese pizza slices is you can add pepperoni, you can add sausage, or you could combine them together and make meat feast pizza. And what you can do with the meat feast pizza is make pizza dinner. Probably one of the most broken types of food in the game, because it gives you a lot of nutrition and a lot of saturation. Alright guys, I forgot to show you this. If you place a cheese block onto a chopping board, you can now cut it, and you can get cheese slices from it, which is what you use to make the pizza. Alright, we'll look at this in a minute, but we're going to have a look at chocolate bars. So, this is like a really big feature to this update. It's basically a chocolate update. So, to make it, you just need 2 cocoa powder, 1 butter, and 1 milk. It can be a milk jar as well. So, let's just show you this. So, what you do is you grind up cocoa beans to get cocoa powder, which you just need 2 for, and then you can put 2 cocoa powder like this, 1 butter, 1 milk jar or bucket, and we'll get a chocolate bar. Now it doesn't do that. It doesn't give you much nutrition, but it can be used for many different types. So like Christmas cake, which we'll cover in just a second. So let's just put all this away. Alright, now we're going to have a look at pies and cakes. Now I've properly redone these. So you see that the pumpkin pie recipe's changed quite a bit. It's kind of like a mini cake. So it's a pumpkin, sugar, and 2 flour. And if I'll just show you here, if I've changed the recipe so you get this item instead. But if you have pumpkin pies in an old world, if you try eating it, you'll just get the pumpkin pie. It won't give you any nutrition or anything, so don't worry about that. So what you can do with the pies is if you place them down, you can also make apple pies, which is the same thing but with apples. So you can interact with them with a knife to cut them. And if you cut them enough times, you'll get all the slices, so you'll get 4 per each pie. And it does quite a lot for what it is. Alright, now we're going to have a look at cakes. So I've added quite a few new cakes, and it's really cool. So I've added 3 new cakes: chocolate cake, cheesecake, and Christmas cake. So this is the recipe for Christmas cake. It's more or less for the holidays. You can eat it whenever though. And it works really similar to the pies and cake in general, so if you interact it with your knife, you can get slices. and you can just eat these slices on the go wherever. So it's kind of better than a normal cake, to be honest. Alright guys, now we're going to have a look at probably two of the best features of the game. So as you can see, I've got some types of food here. I'll just take some chicken, some cooked beef, fries, and probably some cod as well. I'll also take some U-logs, which is another feature. And then I'll just take some plated foods. If you look right here, you can have placeable plates now. So if I break these, you can use ceramic plates and you just place them on the floor or on the table or whatever you have. So yeah, now you can have placeable plates for a lot of colour decoration. Like, look at this. This is like a proper like roast dinner. And if you just interact with any plate on the floor with any type of plated food, you can place it down and you get a plate back. And now you can display any type of food you want onto it, or almost any type. Any plated food you can place on the plate, and some selected foods as well. So you can place cooked cod on, Yule log, chicken, cooked beef. And what you can also do is you can actually make plated foods this way. So if I add fries to this cooked cod, you can make fish and chips. Same thing with the beef. If you interact with fries, you'll get steak and chips. Alright, now this is probably a really cool feature of this add-on. Trophies. So, I've added 3 new types of trophies: the Chubby Bunny Trophy, the Farmer's Trophy, and the Raw Foodism Trophy. I'm sure you can kind of guess like how to get these, but just keep in mind, trying to get these, make sure you're not using vanilla foods to try and get these. Like Farmer's Trophy, it won't work for vanilla crops, and same with Raw Foodism, you can't get from vanilla raw foods. And I'm not going to tell you how to get them. You'll just find out for yourself. And whoever tweets finding it first, I'll give you a shout out in my next video, which is going to be really soon. So good luck with that. Just make sure though that these are like block based. There's like a 1 in 100 chance of getting these every time you do a certain task. So like eating, for example, or farming. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say. Anyways, yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to cover from this food add-on. I hope you enjoy it. Please leave a like if you didn't. Please subscribe if you're new to this channel. I hope everyone has a great Christmas, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!